What's important though is that with this femicide law, or Bill 16, and making femicide this kind of crime, what we need to do now is make sure that our missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls are not overlooked or ignored. This is not a law that's just for white women. It is not a law for specialized women. This is for all women, and especially our most vulnerable women and girls, which is the Indigenous. So what other new laws are we seeing? Okay, coercive control. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, my father, step up. I can't go too much into details of other offenders, but it's been a consistent thing, and the law has never been there to protect me, ever. Before I hit the age of 18, the sheer amount of times that the police came to my house because of me as a victim, talking about many times, and nobody was ever held accountable for that. I wonder why I'm a human rights activist today, why I'm so passionate about keeping women safe, because nothing was done, and people need to step up, people need to talk about it, people need to point it out, call it what it is. So the fact that now we have a law that protects vulnerable people, women, because it is still lacking, we need to include elder abuse in there. That needs to be included, and we also need to include the children in there as well, but at least it's a precedence. We can build from this. But the previous law, there was previously no law that protected the victims of coercive control, but now it is absolutely an offense under the Criminal Code of Canada. Another one is the sexually explicit deepfakes and or distribution of intimate images. So there was no law against that. While extortion is a crime, there was nothing specific in terms of sextortion or this kind of act, and there is now. So there is a repercussion. You can definitely do time in jail to a maximum of 5 years. Bill C16, criminal harassment. So in the past, prosecution had to have the burden of proof and had to have the victim on the stand in the situation to testify as to why they did not feel safe. Change now is that they've established a basis of a reasonable person in the victim's circumstance would feel unsafe. So instead of the burden of proof on this specific individual, it's now what a reasonable person would feel like in this situation. That's good. We need this. We need to stop re-traumatizing and re-victimizing the victim. They need to be survivors. They need to be able to get past this. But when the legal system drags it out and forces them to testify and testify and retestify and have to relive everything, it's torture. The person who did the offense only experiences a fraction of that pain.